All right, Pastor Josh here. I'm going to be sharing my testimony with you while identifying these three parts. So, for me, before I met Jesus, I was raised in a very legalistic background. If you don't know a lot about Jehovah's Witnesses, they are very much you do these things, and if you don't do these things, you're shunned, and that you'll have what they believe eternal destruction. And so you got to think through my mindset. I grew up in this before I met Jesus, of kind of this false gospel, this thinking I knew who God was. And so when I grew up, it really took a reforming of what it means to believe in God. So when I got to college, I completely just lived in pursuit of myself, in pursuit of happiness, what I thought, or what the world really told me was going to make my life full and happy and blessed. And so for me, it was all about, partying, women, alcohol, whatever that looked like, having that party scene in college. And I remember feeling so completely empty, but of course I didn't know why. I didn't really believe in God because I had grown up with this legalistic culture, and I knew that just wasn't God. I just knew that wasn't, if that was God, that wasn't someone that I wanted to be aligned with. So really it took, and this is why evangelism is so important to me, it took people that were praying for me behind the scenes, that were modeling to me what it meant to be a Christian, were showing love to me despite the sinful state I was in without even knowing it, really. And that's what really caused me to really rethink my own life. So in other words, I got a Bible, and this is kind of, that's the before I met Jesus. This is then I met Jesus. I found a Bible, and really it was me praying to God, not even knowing if God existed at this time, and just saying, God, if you're real, then show yourself to me. And so I took everything that I had been taught, that I had been told, and threw it out the window and started over and started asking questions. And what is amazing to me, and this is the then I met Jesus part, that if I'm identifying my testimony stands out to most people and has to do with our last section, is that the Bible started answering all my questions. Why do I need Jesus? I need Jesus because I am sinful, and I was born sinful. And there's nothing I can do to get out of that. Why is the world so messed up? Because of original sin, because of the fall. It's like this Bible is answering all the questions about why I cannot fulfill my own happiness, why I can never feel full, even though from the world's outset, they'd have thought, this guy, he's a cool guy, he's doing well, he should be happy. But the truth is, without Jesus, you'll never be happy, you'll never feel complete, no matter what's going on. And of course, I've had horrible circumstances, and I've had things befall me after I met Christ, but there's a huge difference between those bad things that happened before and after you met Jesus. And so if I'm looking at how my life changed, it changes the way I look at everything. It changes the way I deal with things. It changes my relationships. It changes the way I look at people. And if I'm being honest, the way my testimony really worked itself out is that the person I was before I met Christ, I don't even recognize. And while a lot of people maybe would have thought that was a cool guy, I am so much happier and so much more blessed now to be able to be a part of knowing my Creator, of knowing my story. And the truth is, I believe that Christianity is a very intellectual thing, and so being able to ask questions is a great thing too. So my life changed completely and radically. And another thing about the way my life changed is the Holy Spirit is really one of the only things that can genuinely change people in this world. And when I show that, when I share that with people in my life, they can see, he made a radical change, and he felt alone. And that's what a lot of people are, is they're feeling alone, and they want to know, what is it that Jesus says about my life. So I met Jesus, and that's how my life changed, and that's my testimony. I think we've been, 4 minutes now? That's probably even too long, longer than you may want it. Usually want this under 2 minutes. Jason's going to come on and share his testimony from a different aspect growing up in the church. Thank you, guys.